What is going on, everybody? I'm Mike Berlin. This is Wild Fed Family, and today I got to say it's probably my favorite day of the year. The reason being is it is the kickoff of the hunting season. Now today is opening day of dove. It is September 2nd, I think, Saturday, September 2nd, in the state of Georgia. And right now we're going to be hunting some dove right here in the yard. Now, as many of you know, I have animals. I have, pigs, chickens, goats, some free range turkeys, more chickens, ducks on the pond. So there is scrap feed everywhere, and this is an absolute haven for the dove. So not only do I have these animals and the extra feed, but I also have a pond that the dove are able to get water from. I have a gravel driveway and a bunch of roosting trees around here, as well as some power lines. So it is the perfect habitat for dove, and we are gonna put them on the dinner plate. So keep on watching, and we're gonna have some fun today. So right ahead of me, see Eddie on the golf cart over there, and this is where we're gonna be hunting. So there's just a big open area, and a lot of the times the dove will just come in here and hit these pine trees and hang out there for a little while, and then they'll drop down. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get set up, and it's game on. Hey, what are you doing in there? All right, y'all, I got a marsh blind set up for the dogs, and this is the perfect way to do a little bit of dog training. Cooler full of cold drinks and just a low sitting chair. So I'm just gonna lounge here in the shade, and as these dove come in, it's gonna get a little hot and heavy in the afternoon. Right now, just kind of hanging out, shoot what comes by. All right, y'all, so Eddie's gonna show you what we're working with. I got some decoys right here. They're just 6 decoys, and I pretty much just clip a piece of rock or gravel onto that and let it sit in the driveway. And I also have 4 flock of flickers, and that's just going to add a little bit of motion, and any sort of dove that's flying by, it's just going to catch their attention and bring them into the kill zone. So that right there is the setup. I don't know if you can see those flock of flickers making a little bit of motion, but somebody knows what's going on, and they are ready. All right, y'all, it is time to hunt. You ready? Hey, Jangers. All right, hide. Good boy. It's go time. That's a good dog here. That's the first dove of the year right there, folks. That's good boy, Jangers. Good dog here. Sorry, had to turn the Rogan Hogan podcast off, but so far, little update. 5 shots, 5 birds. Keep on hunting. Well, I got 6 in the sack right now, and it is only 5 o'clock, so about to get a little hot and heavy. All right, y'all, I got the crew coming on down here. Let's see what this brings for tonight.
I thought you might be sleeping out there. Fall asleep at some point?
No.
Sure about that?
Positive. Hey. You got your stroller? Oh, a flower. Thank you. Well, the sun is setting down and it has been a fantastic day. So I got a limit of dove today here in the great state of Georgia. And this old boy's happy too. So got 15 dove, and tomorrow we got some company coming over and we're gonna cook them up. So stay tuned. So I just got home from church and it doesn't look like we're gonna be having any company today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep on whacking and stacking them and hopefully have a little dove feast tomorrow. Yep, someone knows what's going on. All right, y'all, I got my retrievers ready to go. What you doing in there, Addie? Crazy kid. Well, today's hunt is over. I got another 6 that I knocked down today. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean these all out. These are yesterday's and today's birds. They've been in the fridge. And right now, I have my nieces over, and Emmeline actually said that she's gonna help me clean all the birds. So I want to say, as soon as I shoot these birds, I put them right on ice, and you can usually go a day, 2, just leave them just like this, chilled out, and they're gonna be perfectly fine. The problem is when you let them sit on the ground in the hot summer heat, ants get to them, and it just overheats. You end up getting a discoloration in the breast. So we're gonna clean these out right now. So let me give you a closer look. All right, so that's your bird right there. And if you go ahead and pin its legs right in between your hand, you can feel the underside of the breastbone. And all you do is pop that up and open. All of this skin and feathers peels right away. And when you're doing this, make sure you got a pair of, garden pruning shears or kitchen scissors. And that's all I do. I just stick it right in there, and I clip the collarbone right there, and I clip the collarbone once again. And that is what you're left with right there. All these feathers clean away, and you'll get a better look at that pretty soon here. But the rest of this bird goes into the compost. There's no waste. And yeah, I got, 20 more of those to do? So let me get to work. So I got all of these dove breasts cleaned out right now, and there's it. Just knock the feathers off, dove breast on the bone. But I'm gonna do one more thing with them. Now, a little disclaimer here, this is not the way to clean dove. This is one way to clean dove, and this is the way that I'm cleaning them to use for this recipe. So I have a fillet knife, and I just run right down that breastbone, and I kind of peel that meat right away. So I'm left with a dove nugget right there, and a dove nugget right here. That's it. So you got 2 nuggets per breast, so I'll end up with 42 nuggets. All right, let me show you where I'm at. I have boneless dove breast right here, and these are the piles of bones that are left from it. So a bunch of nuggets, and what I'm gonna do right now is add a little bit of 4S buck rub. It's basically a barbecue rub that they work with Heath Rowells to come up with, and it's really good. It packs a lot. Unlike most rubs, you get a lot of brown sugar mixed in with it, but this is not the case. So I'm gonna lightly season this, mix it all up by hand, and I'll show you the next step. All right, now dove is naturally a sweet meat, so what I want to do is just exaggerate that a little bit more, and I have a mini Coke. There's just 8-ounce Coke in the 20 dove breast, and dump it in there, let it marinate overnight with the barbecue rub, and we're gonna get back tomorrow. So here I am the next day, and we're gonna whip up a Labor Day feast for dinner. So I got all the ingredients laid out here. I'm gonna show you what I'm working with, and we're gonna make something really good. All right, y'all, this is pretty simple. You saw the dove that I made last night. I got a little extra buck rub seasoning. I got some fresh jalapenos that I just picked from the garden about 2 minutes ago, some cream cheese, shredded Colby Jack, and a big old slab of bacon. So I know what you're thinking. You've probably seen this recipe before. some Dove poppers, but we're gonna do it a little bit different. Now, it's gonna taste similar, but I'm gonna show you how to make this a little bit easier because I get really tired of taking Dove, cream cheese, jalapeno, wrapping it in bacon, and having just, 20 something, 40 something of those. It just takes a lot of time. So I'm gonna show you a little trick, and it's actually gonna be a little more presentable, and it's gonna hold your cheese and stuffing in a whole lot better too. So I'm gonna start by making a bacon weave. So I got my strip of bacon that's probably 12 inches as is, but I like to go ahead and take it and stretch it out as long as possible. And we're gonna kind of thin this bacon out and make as big of a weave as we possibly can. All right, y'all, so this is the very start of it. I got a couple stretched out ready to go. But basically I started with this one line and I wove it. So you got top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, so on. But now, in order to make this weave, just fold your bottom pieces back, just like so. And I'm just gonna lay, wrong one. Bottom pieces are back, and I'm just gonna lay a piece in here. And that's gonna hit all the tops on this and all the bottoms on the next one. Fold it forward. And that is the start of your bacon weave. Probably one of the best inventions ever. So same thing again, bottom pieces go back, lay your bacon on the top, the pieces that you folded back, fold right back over, and you just continue that bacon weave. So you get the picture. I'm just gonna continue this on until I got a full sheet of bacon to work with. All right, y'all, the weave is complete and we're moving on to the next step. So actually, fun fact about me, I'm actually the guy that made Lady Gaga's meat dress. So look it up. True, completely true. All right, on to the next step. So you saw me marinate this Dove yesterday afternoon, and I'm simply just rolling it on there. So I'm gonna make 2 logs out of this one weave. So I'm gonna split up what I have, just kind of eyeball it, pile it on there. That's about half, and we'll do the other half up here, kind of like that. Doesn't have to be exact because it's all just gonna taste good in the end. And the last bit, I think I'm shy here, shy there. There you go. All right, y'all. Time for the jalapenos. I just slice them up, and look, if you're using fresh jalapenos, make sure that you take a bite or eat a slice of every single jalapeno because it's gonna vary pepper to pepper. What you do not want to do is just have fiery peppers that you load on here, and then it almost becomes inedible for those of you who cannot handle a little bit of heat. So jalapenos, Dove, bacon, next is cream cheese. All right, cream cheese is sliced. Now split it in half, split it in half again long ways. Now I'll give it a little stretch. Stick it in there right on top of jalapenos. Same thing on the other side. Break that one up a little bit. And now for the cheese. And you can see how it's working from kind of outside to in. And that's because when I cut this, I'm gonna roll it up and I want that cheese to be sitting on top because cheese melts down. So both sides. Pile it on. You're gonna lose some of this, so it's better to have a little bit extra than not enough. All right, so here's the next step. Now you wanna make sure you pick the biggest knife in your kitchen that you have available, just because it feels really good. You just slice this right down the middle and have some toothpicks on hand because you're gonna wanna pick it off right away and help pull this over as you work this weave. So just like so, kind of stretch, pick, and all these are going to be temporary. We'll put the permanent ones in, but you want to have them on hand because it's going to make your life a whole lot easier. Struggling a little bit here, but we'll make it work. So the next thing is to fold up the other side, and that's why I put a toothpick on every piece. So you already have that staged right there, ready to go. Just pull up, fold it, pick it. Second time around is a little bit easier. There you go. I'm gonna trim at the ends a little bit, some of this extra bacon, and we'll go from there. All right, y'all, both of these masterpieces are complete. All that's left to do now is to transfer them onto this tray, and I'm gonna top it off with a little bit of this buck rub. Give it a nice color, nice barbecue flavor. And I'm gonna let these sit in the fridge for the next 3 or 4 hours until it's ready for dinner. What that is gonna do is it's gonna chill everything back down again, because I want the inside cold and I want the outside to cook really hot and fast while keeping that internal temperature relatively low. But I'm gonna put this up and I'll see you at the smoker in a couple hours. All right, so the time has come. These are ready to go on the smoker, and I have it just piping hot right now. And I've decided that I'm only going to cook one of these because this is just a ton of food, and I'm gonna freeze the other log and we're gonna cook it another time. So you can see it right there. The smoker's probably going about 600 degrees, and I have a hickory fire going in the smoke box. And I want to keep this at an indirect heat. Now, the last thing I want to do is to put this bacon on here and it flare up, burn everything. That's not the way to do it. Keep it indirect heat, but also hot and full of smoky flavor. All right, let's put this thing on here. Just like that. You hear the sizzle? That is what we want. Now, keep the heat cranked, but watch this thing closely so that you don't get it to burn. Now, the smoke point of pork fat is roughly 375 degrees. So just keep an eye on it and make sure that you don't start burning this log of really great dove that you just worked on. All right, it's been here on the grill for roughly 7 to 10 minutes, and the heat is coming from the left, and I want it to hit the right side, so I'm gonna very gently rotate this thing right around. Light it. That's what I want right there. Now, one of the benefits to having this cooked on a high heat is that as the cheese starts oozing out, as the fat starts sizzling, it's all gonna caramelize on the outside, and it's gonna help seal that entire roll. There it is, guys. About 20 to 25 minutes into this cook, and we're already done. Now I wanna pull this in or off before all of the cheese oozes out and all of the good stuff as well. But there it is. That looks like a Labor Day dove feast to me. So while this is done, I'm gonna let it sit for probably 20 minutes or so, and I'm gonna finish cooking the rest of the meal. Let me make a plate. So there you have it. You got the macaroni salad, honey butter rolls, and the dove. And the dove is cooked medium, and it's perfect. Do not overcook your dove because it's only gonna be better. So if you like this kind of stuff, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, and that's all I got for today. It's been an awesome weekend. Great time to spend with my family, and I love this kind of food and everything that it brings to my family's table. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching. See ya.